Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Jamil, and we are going to analyze the weekly time frame on Alibaba stock. Then we will see daily time frame, then 50-minute time frame. First things last week we have done discussed after closing in a bullish momentum, market can go upside on here. And no doubt buyer tried to go on upside but do not able to sustain on here. It's been aggressively sell from here. So what is the reason behind this selling? You can see here we discussed after opening flat, market can go upside. By upside means market need a price action, buyer need a price action for the buying. Remember, even if price action market is making, generally buyer are interested on the market. But if anything happened directly on the gap up, which is happen on Tuesday, market directly opening the gap up. So as a resistance level, market do not able to sustain on here, because after opening gap up, market not able to sustain, and it's not even possible to get the more strength to break out on here, because without price action, buyer are not going to touch it on here. So anything gap up this resistance level, seller will prefer to sell first on here, because it's selling area. Previous time it's been start selling on here. If anything gap up, this is going to be the seller range, as seller sell again, and market has been sharp fall from here, and market is now again become negative. So right now what should be our plan of action on here? You can see here market, this swing is important, which is near on 85. If anything flat, if market closing on downside, we could expect we're going to see another negative candle on here. That means we are going to see negative candle, and we need to planning for the selling this week again, because also you can see here we discussed in previous video, $80 is no more important, because this range multiple time tested on here. And you can see another advanced point on here. That's the first pullback for the buyer. That's the first pullback. Then when seller sell again, second pullback, seller sell again. That's the third pullback. And you can see here first pullback, third pullback, fourth pullback. Each and every swing market not able to close on the high side. That means seller buyer are getting weak on here, and seller are getting strong on here. That means if anything flat, as soon as it's crossed, we can see aggressively selling on here, and it can be downfall even below $80, because this range has been tested multiple times. But remember one thing, if anything gap up, then market can become positive immediately. The reason behind it, you can see here, the logic behind it. Suppose it's a negative market, next day market gap up, market open in gap up, though it's again another selling market. If another next day again gap up, we are not going to expect that it should be for again selling. The reason behind it, last day is a selling market, no doubt, but it's a gap up opening. That means buyer around the market. Next day, and then it's a selling. Next day again gap up market. Then that's the overnight changes. That's the positive market going to be happen back, because it's generally are going to happen because of the news. If anything good news, if anything gap up, it can go, it can continuation for the buying set. So similarly on here, you can see here it's a gap up, then seller sell again. That's the gap up, seller sell again. Even on here, seller try to sell again, but market somewhere able to close on the higher side. But that means buyer are in the market still. So if anything gap up for them, we are buyer going to get the swing for here to put the stop loss, and market can be for the continuation for the positive momentum, for this week. So remember one point, it's that very advanced point. And the reason you can see here, this is the first week buyer tried to reversal plan from here, but aggressively sell here. And even this week seller tried to sell again, but market closing on the upside. And this week also gap up, buyer tried to making buyer planning to go break on the upside, but not able to sustain its sulfur again. So that means again anything gap up for them, for the buyer will going to get the most advantage for the market. They can easily put the stop loss, they are going to get smallest stop loss on here, and it market can become positive. So this is a important point for the market. So remember, if anything gap up, then we need to change our planning. But as a price action right now, we need to be selling. If anything flat, we can be selling in the market. So let's see on daily time frame. Daily time frame is a little confusing on here, because after making upside momentum, it's a gap up. Then after opening gap up, you can see here 4 days market completely on a range. There is no any confusing which set market is going to be breakout. But anything, if market going to break out from this from this swing, we can planning to sell immediately. If anything gap up, upside breakout, we also planning to buy on upside on here. It's a daytime frame, it's a little confusing. If it is going, if it is suppose after on Monday morning market opening the gap up, if anything gap up, if it is become able to close in bullish candle, the price action in a shorter time frame will going to be a bullish candle. W pattern going to be formation on here only after a gap up, green candle sustaining on here, then it's a positive market for the shorter time. So I hope you understand the point, friends. So let's switch on to the 50-minute time frame, exactly which place we can take a trade. Market is right now, last even Friday is has been sell aggressively sharp fall from the upside, but there's a resistance here, no doubt. It's on 87, on 87.50. That's the selling range, that's the resistance level. So market first time are going on the resistance level. So remember, if anything, after opening flat for first time going, if any negative candle that to be in 50-minute time frame, you can planning to short with small quantity, half quantity. After first price action, that's the confirmation that market can be for the coming for the selling side. Even if suppose after opening, after hitting the first resistance, after negative candle, you short a small quantity, then market do not make any price action for the selling. He immediately start to making time spending on here near on resistance. Then it's a sign that market are planning to reversal from here. 12:30 to 1:30, any breakout from on here, it can be poor continuation for the selling. But we are going to planning for the buying side only above $90, because $90 is important level for the market. You can see here, buyer first time, second time trying to reversal from here, but do not sustain, because this is the resistance more important for the market. So so if market able to break out his first resistance level, that's initial sign that buyer even try to close above $90, and if anything above $90 price action, we can planning to buy in the market. So I hope you understand the point, friends. And one thing, if anything gap down, you need to see the price action, because if anything gap down, that is for the demand zone again, because these are the buyer range. Market has been very big upside momentum. So if anything gap up, if anything gap down, it's the confusing issue. Either it can be gone upside for the profit booking, or either it can be a sideways market. After opening gap down, it could be sideways market, or either it could be for profit booking, for market can be reversal from here. So I hope you understand all of my point, friends. And if you understand the point, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, friends, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you, and thank you very much.